So Capcom's got a they made an announcement. They put up a tweet. It was yesterday, and said they would be announcing a new product today
with a little teaser they put on Twitter.
Yeah, and the teaser showed games like showed some pretty interesting stuff. They definitely made sure to focus on games that people have wanted or haven't seen a home release. So the teaser shows a bunch of arcade games being played in a reflection on a joystick. And
a squint.
They showed Gigawing, which was that's an arcade shooter by Capcom that was on the Dreamcast. Pro Gear, which is a side-scrolling shooter by Cave, that was published by Capcom. That's never had a home port. Alien vs Predator. The beat 'em up, Darkstalkers, which people have been talking about for a long time. People miss Darkstalkers. So
I think he glossed over that Alien vs Predator, but okay.
No, we're getting there. So they showed, they showed titles that would be of interest to people who actually pay attention to Capcom games. These aren't titles that anyone would have noticed or recognized immediately. These are games that people have been looking for, and they're a bit more niche. So Alien vs Predator is a huge one. So it was announced today. Basically, they're making a plug-and-play 2-player arcade stick.
It's big.
Capcom Home Arcade.
Arcade console size width,
and it looks like the Capcom logo.
It looks like just
2 players
laminated. It's Capcom blue and yellow, Capcom logo white, and then it's gray on the side. But it's shaped bubbly, keeping with how the letters are, which I think is interesting.
It's interesting. So that
it's necessary, but okay.
We'll talk about what it's got first. So it's plug and play. It's gonna have
HDMI out, micro USB powered.
It's gonna be premium stuff. So it's gonna be Sanwa sticks, and 16 games is what it's coming with pre-installed at launch.
Well, let's real quick. It has onboard Wi-Fi to upload scores to leaderboards.
Yes.
Okay.
1944, The Loop Master, Alien vs Predator, Armored Warriors, Capcom Sports Club, Captain Commando, Cyberbots, Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, Eco Fighters, Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, Gigawing, Street Fighter 2,
Hyper Fighting,
Mega Man: The Power Battle, Pro Gear, Strider, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. That's a really solid lineup.
It is
of all of their that's all CPS 1 and CPS 2 era stuff.
I question Hyper Fighting, but okay. So here's the big news. We have games coming out here that have not been available before on the home market.
Pro Gear and Alien vs Predator have never had home ports.
Did Mega Man Power Battle have a home?
Mega Man: The Power Battle has had ports.
Okay.
Specifically a Neo Geo Pocket Color port, and it was also they were included as bonus games in the original Mega Man Anniversary collections.
So For those that don't know what that is, that's the fighting Mega Man game that was in arcades. I don't think I've ever actually seen it in an arcade, but it was in an arcade.
It's basically you're just playing boss battles.
Yeah. It's interesting. I played it on main 15 years ago. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was well done. So Alien vs Predator is a big one. So obviously they got the license. So that's a huge one. Some of these I'm not as impressed about just because they've been available. Look at Captain Commando and Armored Warriors was just released on the Beat 'em Up collection bundle.
But I think they did it.
And Final Fight.
They make sense though, I think, because you're getting an arcade stick. You're playing games that are. Yeah, I mean, this was obviously a collection that was picked to make the most sense.
Sure,
with the arcade
these
stick.
are games that you remember. Strider Arcade is excellent. So you want to put that. I've never played Pro Gear before or Gigawing.
Gigawing's awesome.
Let me look at Pro Gear, see what that looks
Pro
like.
Gear is really cool looking. I haven't played it, but Pro Gear. So Cave made it. It was their only side-scrolling shooter until Death Smiles in 2007.
It's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
it's a shoot 'em up.
So, I think this is neat. It's going to be $200.
No, it's gonna be more than that. I thought it's 200. It's 200 pounds. 230 euros, Ian.
230 euros.
Do the pat math on that. That's gonna be a little bit more. There. What is 200 pounds? Pat math. I think it's like 240 to 250.
Yeah. So 200 pounds, 230.
What is 200 pounds in USD?
That would be $261.18.
This is going to cost 250, I think, in the US.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a little spendy.
So that
little bit.
Knowing how much arcade sticks cost, a tournament edition Mad Catz fight stick would have run you 200. That's one player. That's a one-player stick. That's considered to be 150 to 200 is about right for a good arcade stick. This is two of them. This is two of them.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
This is two of them in one. I think what would really determine whether or not this is worthwhile for me is whether or not this arcade stick can be used. The stick can be used standalone. The stick can be used standalone. If there's any way for the stick to be used standalone, then I actually think it's kind of a bargain. If there's no way,
if you're using the stick for something else,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Sure. Here's the thing, though: you always have to lug around a giant 2-player one when you're playing.
No one's gonna care about that.
No one's gonna care about that.
People are already lugging big bullshit around.
You're gonna be on the couch and have 2 feet of something laying off of you while you're trying to just use the 1-player one.
Just put it on a table. I mean, that's what people are. That's the point. Anyone this is interesting to, I don't think is necessarily going to be.
It's a horrible idea not to have this detachable in some way.
That would be a great idea. Yes, but
I think it's a horrible idea. I'm just gonna say that.
There's plenty. There's plenty of.
This limits where you can use it. It can.
Sure.
You know, a lot of space. If you're doing it by yourself, the majority of the time you're gonna be playing this by yourself.
Well,
so yes,
or not, or you buy it specifically because you know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to use it in 2
That's not why most people are going to. I mean, yeah, but you're going to have a person, your friends, all the time be able to play it. You want to be like, oh,
I don't know. I play video games with people. Not
everyone has the Ian meetups at Sundays without inviting Pat. Not everyone has them.
I'm just saying you don't have to buy it. I
know. Okay, here's my issue.
I think it's marketed towards a specific type of person, and it's probably going to sell to them.
Here's my issue. 2 issues. It's not detachable anyway. They could have probably done that, rigged it up to do it. Not saying it would have been clean. It is cool having it molded. I think they could have done a lot better than 16 games for $250. As at the end of the day, that's what you're also buying this for. The games attached to it. That's what you're buying this for. And they could have put 40 games on here, 50 Capcom Arcade games. They got the library. There's no reason for them to be specific to these 16 games. I think it's weak. I think they're shortchanging the consumer by doing that, because it's not any extra cost to them to throw. Give me 30 games. Give me some more. Go back into the library. It can be pre-CPS stuff. Give me some JAMA stuff from the 8. Give me more than these 16. A handful of which are already available on a bundle I already bought, or other stuff that they just came out with. I think it's weak. Doing only 16. I'm not saying it's a bad selection. They could have doubled this. And then it would have been, holy shit. Now we have every Capcom game that I loved. Well, hell, they could have put up all the ones from the bundle on here.
Yeah, that I'm actually surprised they didn't do.
Why not? It's not like I wouldn't be pissed, because now you're buying it for the arcade stick. That's part of the mystique of this. Kind of disappointing. Sorry, I wanted like 30 or 40 games.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to apologize to me.
You're fine with just 16?
No, I mean, it should have more, but I'm looking more at the hardware than the games. If the hardware is usable in other ways, then the games are honestly just gravy.
So you're saying if I can plug this into something else via USB, which...
If I can put this on a table and hook it up to something and use it as a fight stick, then I'm good. But they don't mention it anywhere.
You can't, because the USB is only a power port. It's on an output on here. It's a USB to power it, and then HDMI out on the back. So unless someone hacks it, you're kind of stuck with this.
It's possible.
Ugh.
Wait, no. There's USB, there's power, and there's HDMI. It's right here on this picture.
USB, HDMI. Oh, I see. Okay, then you can. Okay.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. They haven't said, but it's certainly not.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not written out.
I can picture them with their Wi-Fi selling you more games to load on.
Oh, so can I.
I can picture that, and that would be fucking shitty. Because I spent $250. And all these games I already bought before, A lot of these games are already available. I think they could have done better. That's all. Oh, I never played Capcom Sports Club ever in my life. What is that like?
I have no idea.
Let me look that one.
I'm gonna guess it's
Capcom
similar
Sports.
to. I'm gonna guess it's similar to.
Oh, that looks
Track
fun.
and Field.
There's a no, it's not at all. It's like fun, like children and people playing like outdoor sports. It's a sports club. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this game. Would this come out in the U.S.? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen an arcade game of this.
That might not have gotten a home port either.
It's Smash Stars, it's tennis, Dunk Stars, basketball, and Kick Stars soccer. Okay, probably better than Quattro Sports, I imagine. Probably a bit better than that. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. Okay, so if it's $250, I think this will sell decently, but I ain't in for it. Maybe Enos was the hardware. I'm not in.
Hardware, Alien vs. Predator, shooters that haven't been released here. Yeah, I don't see. I wish there was more, but I really don't see the huge deal. The price is justified by the hardware.
I also don't like the fact that you got to lug around this 3.5 foot thing to play instead of just giving me the option to just have one. Do you actually like this shape?
No, I don't like the shape at all.
You think they could have just had a regular standard shape?
Yeah, rectangle would have been fine because I'm actually looking at where your palm would be placed.
So if you're on the right side, it's going to dig into the groove?
Yeah, that I actually don't like at all. The
Okay.
shape I think is dumb. But a single piece 2-player arcade stick, those things have existed for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I would want that to be either a flat rectangle or smooth on the bottom. For where your palm's gonna rest. Otherwise,
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm surprised you didn't point that out sooner. About that looks kind of.
Oh, I was just waiting for the opportunity.
Unintuitive.
Yeah.
To have one side resting, it feels different than the other player's side.
Yes. You don't want that.
You get like the M from Capcom, dig it into your wrist, or something. You have the mark of the Capcom arcade on you.
But I'm sure that these are in. I mean, it's not coming out until October 2019.
They can figure it out.
They can fix that.
Honestly, I don't know why they would try to reinvent the wheel with the shape. I don't know why. I don't think anyone would complain just having it the standard rectangle shape.
Yeah, just you can have the Capcom logo. You can leave it there. Just don't cut it that way.
Well, that was a CG render. They'll probably come to their senses.
I can't imagine that they'll keep it.
Just
that
like
way.
those good folks with the Atari VCS. Maybe it's a lot more expensive than we thought. So we're gonna dial back the features.